This is MacVoices TV. Hi, I'm Chuck Joyner, and this is MacVoices TV at the Final Cut Pro SuperMeet in Boston. I'm in the GenArts booth with Katie talking about Sapphire Edge. Katie, welcome to MacVoices TV.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm good. You having a good show so far?
So far, it's been pretty slow, but we're just getting started here.
Well, we tried to get in early because we knew the crowds would get heavy and we would never get to you.
Yeah.
So what are you showing off this time around?
Today we're showing Sapphire Edge. We just released it in June, actually, but I'm not sure how familiar you are with GenArts, but we've been plug-in makers for all the major editing systems since 1996, and we're actually the industry leader for, you've probably seen us in movies and TV and things like that. And we found that there was a big problem for people like videographers who want a quality product, but they just don't have either the time or the resources to use some of the higher end products. So we actually developed Sapphire Edge specifically to meet their needs. And what it does is it lets you start with the look. So there's 350 presets that are included in it, and you can go right to the preset and choose whichever look you're looking for and then tweak it from there. So it actually cuts down a lot of time. And we found that people have a very positive reaction to it, and it's really easy to use, and it's really the only way that you can get the high-end looks that you need without sacrificing the quality.
Okay, for folks who may not be familiar with what you're referring to, when you say look, what do you mean by look?
We consider a look kind of your end goal. So it can be a combination of presets, which is most often the case for some of the film effects that you see. But it could be even just a tint, a filter. It's really, whatever the feel is for your video in the end.
So some gross examples might be videotape versus film, that kind of thing, but you allow it to be tweaked to a much more fine degree.
Yes, exactly. And I mean, we have some of the things that you were talking about. We have like a film style look, but really you can do so much with that. So the film style preset, can look like it's actually an old video, or you can apply it to a different use and reuse kind of the parameters within it. So you can use a vignette, but not necessarily some of the grainy, scratched looks. So we have a broad definition of the term.
You said that basically you do this in a plug-in architecture. Do you do this for Final Cut 10, Avid, etc.?
Sapphire Edge right now is available on Final Cut 7 and Sony Vegas. We're working to be compatible with Final Cut 10. We're just kind of waiting to make sure that it functions flawlessly before we release it. So we hope that we'll be able to have that out relatively soon. But we do have one in progress, and if people want to stop by and see the beta version of Final Cut 10, we can definitely do that for them.
Great. So let's take a quick look at some of this so that the folks get an idea.
Okay, I'm going to let Stephen here go ahead and demo it because he has more familiarity with the product. So this is actually Sapphire Edge from within the Final Cut Pro 7 interface, and what you see right now is your typical interface, but Stephen's going to show you how easy it is to load a preset and adjust the parameters from there.
Stephen, you're on.
Right then. So in the normal parameter interface in Final Cut 7, you'll see once you drop the effect on, you end up with a fairly traditional interface for transitions in Final Cut 7. We have a few of the normal parameters that you can change fairly easily, but the power of Edge comes with the presets. So once I click this Load Preset button, the preset browser will come up, and you'll have lots of choices of various looks that you can examine. And so for the transitions, you can see here, we're animating through what a transition would look like. So I can come down here and pick the Girl Power preset, for instance. And once I click Load, the preset shows up in Final Cut 7, and now I can go ahead and preview my other frames in Final Cut 7, and I've got a completely different look, as easy as that. Just one click, and you're all set. And you can continue to edit the minor parameters in Final Cut 7 on its own, but between the shipping Edge with over 300 presets and FX Central, where we're distributing new presets, we have hundreds of looks that you can very quickly and easily get to.
So I can pretty much assure that I'm not going to necessarily look like anyone else unless I really try or they really try.
Exactly, that's the idea.
Great, great. Katie, what did you say the price point was for all this?
Sapphire Edge is $299, but that includes a subscription, a 1-year subscription to FX Central, and we put new presets up there every month, so you get those for free for the first year.
Wow. And the website is?
www.genarts.com.
Great. Thanks so much for taking the time.
Thank you.
I'm Chuck Joyner. This is MacVoices TV at the Boston Final Cut Pro SuperMeet. We'll be back with more soon. Thanks for watching.
MacVoices TV is part of the MacVoices group and a member of Mac Level 10.